Hey everyone, how's it going? It's me, Goose. We're doing a queue. If you don't know what a queue is, I'm not surprised. Some of you actually just recently subscribed, but essentially it's the one series that I have when I have no idea what to write about, or I'm just too fucking lazy to actually produce a proper video. So there's some background footage that probably is something to do with what we're talking about, maybe not, or maybe I'm just too lazy to look for footage like that, or I don't know. Fuck, I lost my train of thought. Anyways, we just talk about random topics that sometimes I feel either isn't appropriate for the channel, or I just really am not too passionate about it, or I'm very passionate about it. I just need to talk about it. And today's topic is on Anthem. That one fucking video game that everyone knew was gonna be so disastrous. So why is this news that it is disastrous? So anyways, if you don't know, Anthem is this fucking mech game where you play as well, he plays a dude who gets inside like a mech suit, and you guys do bullshit kind of similar to like Destiny, you know, and you just like fight and stuff. You fight big monster aliens. Who cares what you fight? It doesn't matter. It just looked very generically EA, you know what I mean? Even though it is being developed by BioWare, you have to keep in mind that it is being published by EA, and EA has found every absolute reason to just profit off of that fucking like video game as much as they can. And this new chart shows what I'm talking about. So if you don't know, there's a chart that just made its rounds around the internet about Anthem's essentially access to play the game, but not it's weird because it's very convoluted and just strange, you know. It makes everything very difficult. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look at this little image and tell me if you can understand what's going on within these couple of little boxes, you know. It's just the last thing I want you guys to feel is like an idiot for not understanding this, because trust me, nobody really understands it. But essentially it's like, if you pre-order the game, you have the demo access, which is going on right now on yeah, it should be up right now still. But if you bought it, pre-ordered it for the Legion of Dawn, you also get that. Like, everybody has the access. So as long as you have like either EA access, Origin access basic, or Origin premium, everybody's has it. Yeah, everybody can do it right now. But if you want to play the game early access, full on, February 15th, a whole week before the full release date in quotation marks, then you have the option of getting the Premier Online Origin access, which only those motherfuckers get it. Even if you pre-order this fucking game, it doesn't matter. Only those elite motherfuckers can get that. And boy, that's pissed off some people. And then there's the free trial. Only the fucking first 10 hours. The first 10 hours. You can fucking play this game with EA access or Origin Basic. There's such a weird thing. Why only 10 hours? It's like a glorified demo. Whatever. But it is the final build, and you could play the full game on February 22nd for everybody who pre-ordered. Like, what's the... goddamn. Even people who have pre-ordered don't even get access to the 7-day... God damn it. So, I mean, this has made everybody mad. Rightly so. It's such a EA thing to do, but I'm here asking, honestly guys, we've all been saying this since the beginning. When everybody saw the first trailer of Anthem, we all knew, hey, this is probably gonna suck. It looks promising, but it looks like deceivingly promising, you know. Remember Watch Dogs? Remember how good that shit looked? Remember when it came out and it wasn't as good? You know, it was kind of mediocre. I don't know. Anthem is just that kind of thing, and I don't think anybody's surprised, honestly. I think I'm being a little exaggerative with that, because I think we all knew this was going to happen. This is going to happen in some way, some form, and BioWare, I know they don't want this because it's EA's plans. I mean, after all, it is including the Origin access stuff that I don't think they have any control over. And even the director of this game from BioWare has said, hey, if it were up to me, everybody could be playing this fucking game on the same day. We'd have to do this elitist bullshit. But the sad part is that BioWare is not an independent company anymore, and they have to rely on whatever the fuck EA tells them to rely on. Because it's so weird that BioWare is even making this game, to be honest, because BioWare is not a run and gun kind of people. You know, like, they've always been a part of the story, the RPG elements, you know. Like, I think they're the premier Western RPG motherfuckers, right? Right next to Bethesda, but I don't even know if Bethesda's valid anymore because of their mess. But there was a time when they actually cared and they actually put some effort into it. And, you know, I'm sure there's a ton of people that still care within BioWare, but EA's little shot in the foot multiple times is not really helping them that much. And I wouldn't even be surprised if this game doesn't even do that well, to be honest. And it's a sad thing to see because, like I said, BioWare were amongst the giants back in the day. I don't know what went wrong, and I can't tell you really the history of what went wrong because I don't know the entire details. But this is what our reality is. And you know, I'm just gonna say something that I think is maybe a little controversial. Maybe you guys don't agree with me on this, but I don't think the early access thing is totally evil. I think it's smart. Like in a advertisement standpoint, maybe like a business standpoint. Fucking Nintendo did this. I don't know if anybody remembers, but Nintendo did it once. They gave everybody who pre-ordered the access to play Legend of Zelda Wind Waker a whole week before anybody else could. And I don't remember the details, the specifics, but I remember everybody was actually very happy about that. And some people praised it to be like this revolutionary way of selling digital media, because anybody who that was it. It was people who pre-ordered for digital media. They had it a week earlier, and nobody really cared back then. But I think people care more now because not only is it EA, but also because there's just so many fucked up ways that they just are making money and they're milking money, you know. And of course, Anthem is supposed to be this game that's supposed to be really addictive, you know, like WoW, like World of Warcraft. You get all this gear, you get all this stuff, you just keep growing and growing and growing, and you get all these cool little trinkets and shit to mech out, or rather fucking sex up your little mech dolls, and it'll be great. But it's just gross. It's just gross the way they're dealing with this. I don't really have anything to say. I think this little story is just that. It's a little story, and I don't think anybody should really care about it. Honestly, if you want to play Anthem, you have seen the footage, and a lot of people have already given access to the gameplay. And if you have a PS4, hey man, fuck you. You're not going to be able to get this sweet deal of getting 10 hours for free or play it a whole week earlier. Fuck you. Nobody cares about you. PS4 owners. Not like EA actually made a tweet about it. They're like, it's not our fault that you guys can't do it. It's actually PS4's fault. Sony's the one that, you know, they don't give a shit about their players. And it's like, dude, we're talking about two greater evils. I don't care. You're both fucking evil at this point. One of you is milking money, and one of you is a fucking like xenophobic motherfucker. I don't care about either of you. You're both assholes in some degree. Like, there's no winning this argument. Oh man. But hey, that's just part of the queue. That was just a topic that I wanted to talk about. Again, I don't feel very passionate about this. I think it's like, it's EA. It's what we thought was gonna happen. And even more so, it's basically a copy and paste of what happened with Battlefield 5. You know, nobody cared about Battlefield 5 because of all this shit and, you know, plethora of other shit. And nobody's gonna care about Anthem. You give this like 2 months. No, fucking don't even give it that. Just give it like 2 weeks after it's released. Like its initial release, not the fucking early access egregious bullshit. I think give it about 2 weeks. Everybody will forget about it. And the sales numbers will definitely reflect that. I think EA is... I don't even want to call them smart business people because they're not. I think their relationship with the players and their consumers is so bad that there's no redeeming it. I think the moment you fucking slap EA's label on your game is like, that's like the mark of death. It's poison, you know? Maybe they'll make a ton off of add-ons and DLC and in-game purchases, because there's definitely going to be that. And they seem to be very costly, just from all the rumors that's going around and all the leaked screenshots going around. They're definitely going to be very costly, and maybe they're going to make their money off of that. But I don't see the sales figures be. I don't predict them to be very high. I think they're going to be low and probably mediocre. Not it's probably not going to equal the amount that they would want to have. And they're just going to keep ramping up their DLC, their add-ons, or their in-game purchases to the max because they think, oh, well, this is the future of gaming. People clearly don't want video games that have any thought or effort put into it, even though this fucking game doesn't have any of that. I've seen the fucking gameplay from Giant Bomb. I've seen the HUD world. You know, it doesn't look very interesting. It looks like a very boring, stripped down Mass Effect game. It's like, you know what it is? It's like if somebody said, hey, you like Mass Effect, right? You like all the cool, the lore, the aliens, and all the cool backstories behind everything, and the intricate, like, small little details put into our world, our universe that has never existed before, and it was like so good. You know, remember that? Remember how cool and interesting the fucking RPG elements were? Remember? Fuck all that. We're just gonna make a run and gun game. Fuck all that. Fuck this story bullshit. What are we reading, a book? We're fucking playing a game with money. Fuck you if you're broke. Get out of here. Oh well. That's what EA's thinking, and I guess that's what we're gonna have to deal with. If you're playing Anthem, I'm not gonna fucking play this game. I gave up on that bitch as soon as I saw the trailer. There was nothing interesting about that game. Not to me anyway, so... But hey, if you want to play this game, go ahead. It's almost out. What, in 2 weeks, right? Oh god, this is gonna be such a shit show. I can't wait for all the compilations made for all the glitches that's in the game. But hey, this is a queue. It's not just me. It's also you. It's an interaction between you and I. And I have a lot of questions that people wanted me to answer. So let's go ahead and get onto that part of this queue, that segment, that thing that we call it. That's why it's called queue, because that stands for questions. And anybody who had a question will get answered right now. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Tinkly Winkly asked, how about the weirdest injury you've ever gotten? Oh shit. Shit. Weirdest injury. I think I've already said this on a stream, maybe once before. But I've sprained my ankle like 3 times in a row on the same day, both ankles. So I was chasing around this chicken in Mexico because I was a Mexican. I was having a little Mexican vacation as a baby, right, for my family, and I was at my grandma's house, who owns a bunch of chickens. And I was chasing them around like a little fucking dumbass fat boy that I am. And so I was chasing them. And the thing is about Mexican houses is that they're very poorly constructed. They're made out of clay. So, and most of the people who create these houses don't really understand leveling. And they understand like the world is not actually flat and it actually has hills and shit. So there are many parts of the house that have like a little step. It's not even like like a stairs, you walk upstairs. No, it's just like one step that's like about 4 centimeters high, and that's about it, you know. But I keep forgetting about them. So as I was chasing these little motherfucking chickens, I tripped and I fall and I like fucking fucked up my ankle. I sprained it. I twisted it, or whatever you want to call it, and I was like, that fucking hurts. I was like a little baby boy. My grandma was like, yo, you stupid motherfucker, you're going to bed. She picked me up, she brought me to bed, and I had to just lay down in bed, play Game Boy. I was like, okay, I'll just play Game Boy as my heels. I mean, well, yeah, I guess my heels as they heal, my ankles as they heal, right? So I did, and then I felt, oh, you know what? I feel better. I can stand up and I can run again. I was like, all right, cool. Let's go run again. And I fucking chased the chickens again, and I slip again. And this time it was both of my ankles that twisted, and I was an idiot. And my grandma was gone, and I was like, all right, just time to crawl myself back to bed. It hurt. It really did hurt, but like, I don't know why. It just didn't actually hurt that bad. And I just went back to bed. And then I was playing more Wario Land on my Game Boy, and then I got up and I just tripped again, fucking chasing those stupid ass chickens. They're cursed. Those fucking assholes. They're very much cursed. Anyways, that's my weirdest injury. I don't know about contemporary injuries. Like, I never broken a bone, actually. And I was actually very surprised, because kids are dumb. They're stupid as fuck, as I, just told you. But I never actually broke a bone. Like, everybody around me, as I was growing up, everybody broke an arm, broke a leg, fucking twisted their neck. You know, like they got the worst injuries where they just straight up broke their bones. But I never had that. And maybe it was because, again, I was an antisocial little boy who never went out and never saw the day of the light, you know, the light of day. Fucking, I can't speak. And maybe it's because of that, right? But I just never broke any bones. I don't know. I feel like that was a stupid thing. Every single week, I'm not even kidding. There was a point in my elementary life where every single week, I would see someone who fucking died. In terms of their limbs, I'm talking about their limbs. Their fucking limbs, they always broke. I don't know how they just break their bones. It just happens. I don't know how that just happens. But thanks a lot, Tinkly Winkly, for that question. That's the weirdest entry I have. Oh well. Next question is by Curly Fries. You asked, how do you feel about people romanticizing Ted Bundy? Well, somebody said I should make this into a whole video, and I agree. I think it would be a very interesting topic to make about Ted Bundy's romanticization. But to just like give you a quick little summary of what I think. Honestly, we've been glorifying serial killers for so long that it's like, who cares at this point? I shouldn't even be saying that. That's how fucked up it is. But the Ted Bundy thing, I don't think is as bad as, say, the American Crime Stories drama series, which if you haven't seen, they're actually very good. I saw the one about Versace and his killer and Andrew Cunanan. And it doesn't romanticize him. It definitely villainizes him and makes him out to be like this crazy motherfucker. But the fact is that they made a show about him, and they put more care and effort into his story than they did the other people who he's killed. You know, they barely have any story. Yeah, like, yes, they do definitely have a lot of backstory to them, but not to the extent as like Andrew Cunanan. Like, the focus was on him, and I feel like that is a little gross. It's a little disgusting that we would fantasize the sort of serial killerish, and it's not even just gross, it's dangerous. This sort of thing leads to people's own romanticization of like being a serial killer, or you know, starting a massacre of their own. It's all because they want to be popular, they want to be, you know, newsworthy, and if they can't be famous because they're too lazy to be famous, they just go off and kill. And it's because of those romanticized works of art that have like occurred in the past few years, or in the past 20 fucking 30 years. I don't know, however long we've been romanticizing serial killers. I guess you could say that it all started with what's his face, the you know, the fucking the one about the dude in the shower, he kills the girl in the beginning. Psycho, right? You could say it all began as Psycho, and I would argue it's been going on since then. So it's nothing new, but I think the fact that we even have a movie coming out now about Ted Bundy and being played by Zac Efron, I mean, holy fucking shit. Like, seriously. You know how many actors out there would have just denied that shit? They would have been like, no, I don't want to play no serial killer. And then you got the hottest motherfucker ever to play a serial killer. I get it. He was very charismatic and very handsome at the time. But it's very strange that this trailer, and I know that you're talking about the trailer, but this trailer really glorifies him, makes it look like a very, Sunday afternoon, I'm not a killer kind of thing. Oh, aren't I witty and charming, you know? Aren't I like Dexter, that murderer slash homicide detective? I don't know. I never seen the show, but anyways, sorry, this is way longer than I thought, but long story short, it's gonna keep happening, and I don't know. I think you should be sane enough to understand that there's a difference between the fantasy of being a serial killer and the reality and the tragedy that is behind the minds of serial killers. And I don't know. That's just how I feel. Does that make any sense? I'm just saying, just don't be an asshole. Don't be fucking killing anybody. There's a difference between actually killing people and, you know, glorifying that shit. Okay, there's nothing glorious about being a murderer. All right. Anyways, thank you for your question, even though I made it very, very convoluted. Sorry about that. Next question is by Big Neck Tavura. He asked, what do you think about this guy? And this guy is the image of Jiren from Dragon Ball Z Super, or Dragon Ball Super. And that was during the Tournament of Power, and that was a shit show. And I hated every single episode of the Tournament of Power. I only stuck around because I wanted to see what Goku's new form was going to be and how cool it was going to be and all that shit. And it turns out it wasn't really that cool. There was nothing really special. It's just him leveling up again. And it's just so boring. And Jiren's design isn't even that fun, man. Jiren is literally a gray alien with big muscles. Like a roided up gray alien. It's so boring. And he's such a generic character. That's how much I hate him. Jiren is just, I hate him. I don't give a shit if there's like some like either a popular opinion or unpopular. It's just this is just, oh, he's just saying the same shit everybody's been saying. Yeah, I've been saying the same shit everybody's been saying. But you know why? Because it's fucking true. Jiren's boring. He's a boring character. And he's not even, who the fuck is he? Why was he the one that we had to fight? Why was he the big boy? Why was he the big bad? One of the other characters was supposed to be like a god of destruction candidate. So why Jiren? Why isn't he the candidate? Why is it that the other guy's the candidate and he? Fuck off. It was so bad. I hated it. I hated every single moment of that fucking arc. I don't know why I watched it. I mean, there was something like, you know what? This is what I'll say about, you know, this whole thing. Not even about Jiren. Jiren could suck my ass. But just this whole like Tournament of Power thing, I enjoyed watching it, not because they were actually entertaining episodes. They were all fucking bad. They were all fucking bad. I don't care if there are redeeming parts. Those are just parts of episodes. You know, most of that shit sucked. Okay, so I'm taking the majority here. But anyways, aside from it all sucking ass, I very much enjoyed the sense of community I had with people who also watched Dragon Ball Super and during the whole Tournament of Power, because there's something about Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball in general, that has like a very strong community. I went to Reddit, I went to like anime forums, and I actually watched videos and saw some video essays on like the latest Dragon Ball Super episode, and I saw people talking about it, having theories, and all these cooler ass theories that sounded better than what was actually executed. There was like, oh, what if the Grand Priest Angel was actually the villain this whole time, and that never came to fruition, but fucking whatever. But anyways, I really liked that sense of community, because I haven't had that kind of sense of community in anime in a long time. Like legit, even with JoJo, like I fell off of that community a long time ago. I love watching JoJo, and I'm still a huge JoJo cuck until this day. But I think that Dragon Ball Super's community was so like nostalgic to me, even though it was like the first time I ever had a community in a long time. It just felt like I was part of like, it felt like I was in high school again, coming back home and just going to like Gaia Online, talking about like the dumbest anime, or like talking about the coolest anime and all that shit. I enjoyed that part. That's the only part of Dragon Ball Super that I really enjoyed, just being part of a community. And I have not felt that way in a long time. But when that shit was over, I'm like, man, I'm lost. I want to get back into a community. Maybe One Piece, but like even then One Piece is like so scattered. I don't know, there's too many episodes. I can't catch up, man. Fuck that shit. Jiren can eat my ass, but everything else about Dragon Ball outside of the anime is really dope as fuck. That was really fun. But hey, thanks so much for that question. Nora Lily asked, would you ever do a meet and greet? No, I think that's cringy. I mean, I'm not even popular enough where people would ever see me in public and be like, hey, you're the guy, or you know, whatever. I mean, nobody's ever seen my face before, so it doesn't really matter. But I don't know. I think I don't know. Damn it, this is such a difficult question, because I do want to do public events. At the same time, I still want to be anonymous, you know? Like, I want to go to PAX East and be like, yo, I'm going to PAX East. You know, like all those Twitter motherfuckers say, like, yo, I'll be at PAX East. You can say hi to me if you find me. But But in reality, nobody's gonna find me, nobody's gonna care about me, nobody's actually gonna see me and be like, holy shit, that's Goose Boost, you know, in public. Like, I only have somewhat over 90,000 subscribers, so that's nothing, you know. But yeah, I would love to do, like, I guess, if you mean like meet and greet, like, oh, you have your own panel kind of thing, I wouldn't like to do that alone, but I would love to do that with other channels around my, you know, subscription base. Because I don't want to do a panel, it's like, hey, it's Odd Ones Out, and these other big 5 billion subscriber motherfuckers here. They're great. They're great YouTube channels. And here's also Goose Boost. They're going to be in the side. I don't want to be lifted up like that. I would love to do a panel, but not by myself, and I would never do that. Not because I have stage fright. I could fucking hold up a panel by myself, okay, motherfuckers, but I don't want to be alone in a room with like 3 other fans. Like, you know how fucking cringy that would be? That would be stupid. Fuck that. But yeah, public meet and greet, I don't know about that. But thanks for the question, Nora Lily. Eric John. Oh my god, I don't know how to say it. Next question is by Eric John B-E-H-A. How about that? How about I say that? What are your thoughts on the YouTube cartoon community? I think they're all very pretentious, to be honest. I think more pretentious than others. There are definitely some of them that are they just don't care. But most of the ones I've seen take their fucking role as a cartoon critic on YouTube way too seriously. And I don't need to name any names. I think last time I talked about cartoon, the YouTube cartoon community, everybody just automatically assumed that I was talking about Mr. Enter, and I wasn't. I really wasn't talking about Mr. Enter at all. But that says more about him and the community as a whole than anything I could have said, you know? Like, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, if Mr. Enter is all those negative qualities that I was talking about when I was really talking about another YouTube cartoon community member, then I don't know what to say. Like, they're all basically like that. Like the bigger ones, the inflated ego ones. I mean, I know that there are definitely some that are like very cool guys and they don't mind talking to you about certain shit. And I know many of them have like very low self-esteem and they don't really care about being cool or intellectuals. They just want to dick around, do that kind of shit. But I know that it's not true with the majority. Like, from what I've seen, most of them are just huge cucks. Like, I can't even fucking fathom how many pimples they got on their face. Cause damn, they are fucking nerdy. They're probably, I don't want to say they're worse. They're the worst kind of community, but I think they're almost as bad as the anime community here on YouTube. I think the anime community is the worst of them all. Legit. They're fucking bad. I mean, the moment you're part of the upper echelon of the YouTube anime community, that's the moment where you're like, man, I better fucking suit up because I'm about to get backstabbed any moment right now. Fucking Christ. It's terrible. I think any reviewing community, I think they're all just bad. I think any community that's just, it consists of reviewing material, be it movie, more like, I guess, entertainment material, like movies or video games or cartoons or anime or whatever. I think they're all pretty bad, equally so. And I think it all has to boil down to the fact that they have inflated egos after all the opinions they've like thrown out there, and when a majority of people agree with your opinion, you suddenly have this idea that your opinions are more valid than others. I can't even fucking speak. What is with my stuttering stupid ass mouth? Anyways, no, but seriously, I think most of them just think, hey, a lot of people agree with me, therefore I am smarter than most people, and my opinions are definitely correct. I don't know. You know, there's so many other people out there that are just like, you know, that, you know, what I'm describing. Those who are so just airheaded, just like their fucking heads are literally the size of a gas planet because they're so egotistical. There are so many of them. And I have no idea how to even like comment on them because they just exist. You know, what the fuck can I say about Jupiter? It fucking exists. I ain't no scientist. I'm not gonna delve into what their big issues are, or I don't even care about their opinions most of the time. They exist. That's what it is. But anyways, thank you for your question. Hey guys, to be honest with you, I'm looking at all the questions you guys asked, and a lot of them are really good questions, but I can't answer all of them. I mean, I don't know if you guys would want an hour-long queue, but yeah, I think we're just gonna have to end it with one more question. I'm sorry if you guys like didn't get your questions answered, but I can't have this last that long. It's way too long. But anyways, let's see, what is a very good question? What is a good question that I want to answer? Here's a really good one. Before I answer it, seriously, there's a lot of really good questions that I never got to answer. Again, I don't know if you guys would want an hour-long queue, but hopefully I can answer these within the next week or so. I know these queues can take a long time to produce. Like, for some reason, I just don't release them until like 2 months later. But I'll probably get one out later on, because these are pretty good questions. And the last question we're gonna end off with is by Markster Wiley, Markster Willie, fucking Wario Warrior 69 from Twitter. He asked, what game / anime do you really want to throw an honest, controversial hot take at, but scared people might go apeshit over it? I don't think I have really any of those. I think any of those that I have, any opinions like against anime or video games that are very controversial or hot takes that nobody really wants to hear, but it's true, I don't think I have many of those. And if I do, they're probably just already videos that I've made, and if they're not, then they will be soon enough. I always like to be honest, and I always want to put my opinion out there. I don't really care about publicity's sake. I did care about that back when I had like 2,000 subscribers, but nowadays I don't care. I just think it's fun to poke at a subject that really people don't want to be like exposed of, you know. And if you want me to answer honestly, I think there's one opinion that I have, you know, boiled inside of me, like that I don't really I don't think I should even talk about it, because it's just like whatever at this point. But playing Smash Ultimate made me realize how much I fucking hate Smash 4. Like, that was a not fun, very slow, very boring Smash Brothers game, and I know a lot of people would probably disagree with me maybe 4 years ago, but nowadays I think a lot of the consensus is probably going to agree with me that Smash 4 kind of fucking sucked as a Smash game. Brawl was bad, right? But at least it had a lot of good content and a good single player. I mean, the single player was mediocre, but it had a single player, and it had things that I thought was very fun, you know? I always thought of Smash games as like a fun thing. Like, you just fucking have fun. It's a weird, wacky thing, and I still think to this day Brawl has the most content out of any of the Smashes. Smash Ultimate still doesn't have that much content that Smash Brawl does. So, but going back to Smash 4, god damn, is it just Brawl 2.0. I mean, really it is. And I wouldn't be saying this if it weren't for the fact that I have Smash Ultimate to compare it to, because Smash Ultimate feels like Smash 4. You know what I mean? Not that it feels like the old Smash, even though, you know, I'm sure most of the assets from Smash 4 was just basically transferred to Smash Ultimate. No, it's just the fact that it feels like this is what should have come after Brawl, right? Like a big step up from the next Smash game. But with Smash 4, it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like the next Smash game. Like I said, I said this back in another Smash video, I think Appreciating Sakurai, but I remember saying that I didn't like the fact that so many people, when Smash 4 was announced, so many people were like, oh yeah, Smash 4 is like very fast and super hardcore. Yeah, it's faster than Brawl, so that must mean it's the best Smash game ever. And it's not. Like, the speed of Smash does not dictate the quality of the mechanics and the gameplay. It was faster, sure, but like, it was still slow on many other regards. Like, it was just very grindy and boring. I mean, the motherfucking game, most tournaments would have 2 stocks. You know what that means? It means the fucking game was slow as shit. You know? there's just many aspects of it that's just so bad. I don't like the game that much. I enjoyed it when it was out. Trust me, I really did. But like playing it nowadays, comparing it to Ultimate is like a mind blown. Like fucking Ultimate is beautiful. It is great. It is actually super enjoyable to play. And you know what's the difference between Ultimate's launch release, like the launch window, versus Smash 4's launch window? During Smash 4's launch window, there weren't that many competitors actually being like, yeah, this is a good game, I guess. You know, like most of the professionals that actually played Smash 4 were like, it's okay. It's better than Brawl, but it's okay. Not many people were actually speaking up like professionally about this game, but people who were the delusional people who wanted something better than Melee, but it just wasn't that much better. It was just okay. I'm not saying like Smash 4 was a bad game. It was just like mediocre at best. So yeah, and also I remember the first major tournament that Smash 4 was a part of was actually really fucking boring. Really fucking boring. Like, I don't know if it was the first one, but I do remember that it was just super slow and just so unbearable to watch. It was like Snorville, man. It was so fucking boring. And now that I'm watching an actual large tournament for Smash Ultimate, this is just like, it's like apples and oranges, man. Like, I'm comparing them. It's like, fuck, this is way better. And I was so worried that I was like, okay, Smash 4, I thought that fucking game was great, but then I fucking saw tournaments and I realized, hey, it's actually not that great. It's actually kind of really bad. But now that I'm watching Smash Ultimate stuff, I was like, oh my god, please, I love this game. Please tell me that I'm not wrong, or tell me that I'm not fucking delusional again. And I'm watching it and it's like, god damn, this is actually very exciting. This is like super cool, and a bunch of pros like from Melee are playing this game because they think it's cool, and it's a nice little hobby to play for, and it's awesome. I mean, I don't know. I'm probably being delusional again. Ask me again in 4 years when the next Smash game is announced. But I think this is way better. Way fucking better than Smash 4. Smash 4 is fucking boring. I'm probably alone on that, man. But I thought it was really fucking boring. Brawl is not that great either. But it had content. At least when I was bored with the main game, I had other shit to do. With like the single player or all that dumb shit. But I don't know. It's not really much of a hot take. I think everybody has the same opinion nowadays. Like I said, this might have been a hot take like 4 years ago, but yeah. You know what else is really weird? Reddit. I remember Reddit was like, when you went to the Smash Reddit page, or whatever the fuck it's called on Reddit, the subreddit for Smash 4, you would see a lot of people who were trying their best to make the game faster, and that was like a tall tale sign of like, oh my god, this is like not that fun. Actually, let's try to modify it to make it a little bit more fun to watch and play. And I'm not seeing a lot of that with Smash Ultimate. I'm sure there are definitely some people who are like, oh, let's make this into Melee 3.0, but it's not, and it never will be. I feel like this is the first time I've actually played a Smash game other than Brawl where the game actually feels like a different Smash game. It doesn't, I can't even compare this to Brawl, and I can't compare this to Melee, nor can I even compare it to 4, because it's so much different. It's just so much different. I get it. It is technically a port because we have all the same assets from the last game into this game, but it just feels better, man. It just feels way better. It's juicier, it's sexier, it looks cool, it feels good, it's got all these characters, and it's so good. It's crunchy, you know? Whereas last time it was soggy. No, I didn't like that. But thank you for your question. Sorry it's not much of a hot take, but yeah, there you go. But seriously, though, thank you all so very much for the questions. I would want to do another Q sometime soon, because there are a lot of questions I did not answer, and I really do want to answer. So let's see if we can get that out by this week. All right. But I am busy. Look out for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday Hopefully I can upload a video by one of those days, and hey, if you're lucky, I can upload on all 3 of those days. You know, that depends if I'm a real grown-up man who wants to fucking do something with my life, because now I'm almost 100,000 subscribers, and that pretty much spells out that I need to be responsible from now on, because that's a big fucking step. I almost have a silver play button, dude. I'm almost there. Holy fucking shit, that's weird. Alright, thank you guys so much for being a part of this wild journey with me, and thank you so much for your questions. I love you guys so very much. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Love y'all. Goodbye.